downtown again to the film festival. Today I had to work, so I was working away, and I realized to myself, wow, I didn't eat, I didn't shower, so I had to like quickly get ready. Now I have to grab some food. I'm trying to find a better way to balance my time and be able to like get enough sleep. And then later tonight I have to do my lesson plan because I'm teaching Sunday school tomorrow, so I have to do a lesson plan for that because it's Saturday night and class is tomorrow. So just all this. I went to get on the subway, tried to put more money on my Metro card, and the freaking machine wasn't taking credit cards or debit cards, and it was only cash, and I don't have any cash, so I was like, what am I gonna do? So I had to deal with that, and then finally got on the subway, and the train I was on didn't even stop at my stop, and then it was rerouted, and I'm like, where are we going? Is this even the D train? So I ended up like in Canal Street, so now I have to walk from there. So yeah, that's what it's like trying to get somewhere. You have to leave like an hour ahead of time.
Also encourage us not to be blinded by apathy.
So because of the train issues, I ended up being late to the film festival, and they had 2 short films, and then they had like the main film, which was Outcasts, which was so good, so amazing, so moving, so powerful. There were very like dark moments, but also it balances out with like the hope and the light that there is. It was about these Franciscan friars who went out to all these different communities who were experiencing different problems and pain and suffering, like all the marginalized, and just bringing like light and peace to them. And I thought it was really amazing, even though some parts were really hard to watch.
For us, Outcasts, it was really about honoring what the Franciscan friars of the Renewal actually do. And we thought that, we've known them for a very, very, very long time. And, we just felt that in order to really emphasize and show what it is that they do, we had to spend a lot of time with the people that they work with, people that they help.
St. Francis said about, constantly preaching the gospel, use words only if necessary. That in any of these scenes, they're not imposing anything on anyone, they're just being present with them, they're being with them, they're accompanying them on their often very painful journeys. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We were very conscious of that from the very beginning because we did not want to make a preachy film. We didn't want to necessarily say this was a Catholic film. We wanted to be able to show this anywhere. This is really a social justice film. And it turns out that it's also going to be used as a drug deterrent film in different places.
I think that loneliness is one of the big epidemics in the world today. People feel very alone, and the friars, through their ministry, through their preaching, they offer that human relationship, that comfort that I think we all desire.
Yeah, loneliness is certainly a theme, and even though this film plays, almost like a catalog of that loneliness, that brokenness, it also shows by watching it how we're really we get very good at hiding our own fragility, our own brokenness, and it's easier when it's writ large, like with some of these stories. But it shows that really that loneliness in the world. But it also remains very hopeful too. This is not a cynical film.
Yeah, we were hoping that would come.
And then before that, there was a short film about this man who was going blind. And when I got there, I only saw the second half of it. And then after that, so I saw like the end of that film. And then I saw the Coney Island Dreams, I think it was called. And I actually spoke with the filmmaker afterwards because I thought that was so amazing too. And it's so inspiring because he talked about his process, and I love to like speak with the filmmakers afterwards and get their creative process.
My name is Vagabond.
So I just saw his film. It was about this. I don't know if I can like give away the ending though. Should I tell people? It's about.
I don't know. Don't give away the ending.
Don't give away the ending because that like ruins everything. But it was so amazing. And afterwards, you were talking about like the process that you make, and I thought it was so inspiring.
My dad was a big jazz fan, so we listened to a lot of jazz in the car. And there's a quote by Charlie Parker, where Charlie Parker says, practice, 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 practice. And then when you get up on stage, forget all about that and just play. And so for me, I've been trying to get away from writing a script, trying to get away from pre-planning everything, and putting myself in a situation in which I have to figure it out right then and there. And so with Coney Island Dreaming, I had bought this camera. I bought a very expensive camera, a Red Epic, it cost me $55,000. My whole life is in that camera.
There's too much planning in filmmaking. It needs to be more spontaneous.
Yeah, because I love, for YouTube videos, I like how I can just pull out the camera and like go around and do whatever.
No.
And that's like what you do in your work, so it was really inspiring for me to see that in like a film that I'm watching, to realize, oh, one day you just went to Coney Island and you brought your camera and started making a film, so.
We went, the last film I did that with was, we went to Las Vegas
Oh, wow.
and went out into the desert and shot a film with no plan, no script, no nothing. And then afterwards we put it together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but musicians are like that, right? Like they have a song that they're going to do, and then they get on stage, they start to play it, but it doesn't. They take it somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
It goes somewhere else. You can write it down, you can plan it out, but you know that old saying, man plans and God laughs.
Right? That's so true.
You know, or it's like the best laid plans of mice and men. You know, it doesn't come out exactly the same.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm just trying to get into this practice because sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to, and so you need to be able to think on your feet fast. You need to make decisions like within moments, not within hours, not within even minutes, but within seconds. You know, we just did that just now. I just shot another science fiction film called Aftermath, The Seeds of Armageddon, which people can actually see online. I don't put my films online, but you can see it online now. It's on my Vimeo channel.
All right, check out, what's your Vimeo?
Audiovisual Terrorism is my Vimeo channel, and the name of the film is Aftermath, The Seeds of Armageddon, and I did it for a contest. But at the end, I had a different complete ending, but we didn't have time. We were running out of light, and I was like, I need to come up with another ending. I need to come up with another ending right now. And so we did, and the ending we came up with was in spirit with the last ending that we had, but totally different. And in a way, a lot of people are telling us that it's beautiful, the ending that we came up with. So we got lucky. We got very lucky. So.
And I thought it was amazing because it's honestly how I would like to work too, and something that like has always, I guess, made me not want to work in the film industry is all that planning. I'm like, can I just get a camera and just go do whatever? And that's kind of what he does, and it was so inspiring to me. So that guy's amazing. All the work was so amazing tonight. Oh, Outcasts, I really hope everyone gets a chance to watch this movie. It was so important. And it's what I was talking about. What I've been talking about is like the darkness that I've been seeing in the world. And this movie really shows that, like all these places with the darkness. And then, like the Morgan Freeman yesterday, when he went out all over the world interviewing different people, all these like problems and darkness, but remembering that there is hope and there is light and there is, it's like a hopeful film, not just like a depressing one, like, oh wow, the world is so horrible. Because that's what we can think too often. So super, super inspired, loved everything about it. And talked with the director afterwards too of the Sheen Center, and he's amazing. Everyone, I just love it so much. Definitely gonna come back to here. They have like plays, movies, music, events. It's an amazing place. If you don't know Fulton Sheen, I actually mentioned his book in my previous video before. The book called Way to Happiness by Fulton Sheen is like one of my all-time favorite books ever. Oh my gosh, I just feel like so inspired when I go to these things. It's like, you can pay money to go see a Hollywood movie, or you can pay to see this amazing, inspiring film festival with people doing such good work, so inspiring and so good for humanity. I'm just so glad these people are doing work that they do. And it inspires me to do the same, so really amazing place, amazing night.